I'd like to ask if we could stand, if you're able, and I'd like to ask Mr. Glass to lead us in our invocation.
Our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for the many blessings you've given us. We thank you for the opportunity of living in such a beautiful county. We thank you, Father, for the people who are willing to serve. We just ask if decisions made here tonight, I honor you. We ask this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Get it. Before we begin, I'm going to call these names out to make sure that I have the names correct. So if you would, when I call your name, these are the folks that have signed up to speak. When I call your name, please raise your hand and correct me if I pronounce your name wrong. John Crownover, Darren Blizzard, James Blizzard, Sheila Reed, Robert Thomas, Tommy Bryant. That's it. Dale McLeod, Darren McLeod, okay, and Richard Blackwell. Okay, all right. So this meeting, this work session, or public meeting tonight, we forewent our work session, our meeting this week. There's been a lot of discussion regarding the County Road 97 or 98 annexation. So tonight we wanted to come out as a commission, talk to the community. We thank, as Commissioner Guffey said, we thank the city for allowing us to use the building here to have this public hearing. We are here because we want to hear from you. We want to know what the community thinks about this idea. We're going to have someone lay out the plan of what they're wanting to do, and then we'll hear from the folks that have signed up. We've had several calls in the office today. We welcome you to call any of us, to call the office, to email us, to Facebook message us. After you have more information here tonight, let us know what you think about this plan and about going forward. This is something that, if it moves forward, is going to take time. Nothing's going to be voted on tonight, so there will be more time to discuss this. But we wanted to get a feeling from the community about what the community felt before we move forward with this process. So with that, we'll get this thing kicked off. I'm not forgetting anything before we start, right? So we'll call on Mr. Tommy Bryant, who's going to kind of lay out what the proposal is for this particular plan. Mr. Bryant?
Thank you, Commissioner. I've been asked to speak about the plan and sort of lay out the plan of annexing a portion of 75 to 98 to go past the Russell Cave, right at the Russell Cave entrance there. What the petition is to bring in the road right-of-way down 75 off of 72 out past 98. And in that is not talking about personal property, it's talking about road right-of-way. And in saying that, you would still have, as individual homeowners, for or against, you would still have to petition the city, should that go forward, for your property to be taken into the city limits and to have to pay any tax or anything like that. The main thing on this that is looking to do is to provide police protection from the City of Bridgeport Police Protection down the County Road 98 area and the 75 area up past the Russell Cave entrance. And in saying that, the police protection there is there certain places and spots up down through there, Russell Cave, some churches and some graveyards, where some of the folks that are interested in having this brought in have had to run people off, drinking, using drugs, having parties late at night, and that sort of thing. The other issues out through there is also it gives other people the opportunity to come into the city or stay out of the city, whatever the case may be. And that's simply, in a nutshell, what the plan and the proposal would be. Now, in saying that, I understand that there's been a lot of talk and a lot of rumors going around there that there's going to be a nightclub opened up, that there's going to be a bar opened up, that alcohol sales and all this thing have been talked about. That simply is not the case there. Up there on the Ridley Farm and that place, what that would be and is now, will be a place for private venues, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and that type of thing. So that's something we also want to bring to everybody's attention, because I understand in talking with the folks and looking at it, there's been a lot of speculation about that, and that seems to be a hot point regarding the topic. But what the thing is there is to get police protection out into the area. I have some hunting property leased up there, and it interests me for the fact that last year when I come back from hunting, my truck doors were open. Just luckily there wasn't nothing in there for them to get, it was all with me. So that was what interests me about having the police presence there while our vehicles and cars are parked. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right, we'll start down the list. Again, as folks speak, please be respectful of folks' time and be respectful as they're speaking. If there are any questions afterwards, we'll follow up with those. So first, Mr. Crowdover, John Crowdover.
I've been out there, that road's been trouble for years and years. They run whiskey out of Tennessee on that road. We wanted protection out there then. County sheriff come up and wanted to make my dad a deputy so he could stop the whiskey from running. My dad said he didn't want it out burnt. They want to get out there as far away from the law as they can. The law, they're not going to get the law out there. My son had an accident there right out of our driveway on 98. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was well after dark in the summertime before there was anybody further investigated. But I spent 20 years for my life defending this way of life in this country, and I don't want to see a bunch of politicians give it away. I live in the country, and you're not going to do anything with that road except annex in the ones that want to be annexed in, and whatever they say, they're politicians or racketeers or whatever. I just think just leave it alone. We don't have a whole lot of problems out there, but we will when they get up there. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Darren Blizzard.
My name's Darren Blizzard. I'm a deacon of Mount Carmel Baptist Church. I'm a property owner in Mount Carmel. I also own property in the city. I also own property in Stevenson. With that being said, it's understood that anybody can ask to be annexed once the city of Bridgeport comes all the way out to the code, correct? Okay. With that being said, there can also be liquor and beer sales out there, correct? If that's the case.
Somebody wanted to put up stores.
Okay. Just wanted that clarification. I am vehemently opposed to any kind of annexation out past what we already have. I think we're already set with where we're at, what we need to be, and I don't think we need anything out for Mount Carmel and out for the code. I've been in all kinds of venues and stuff everywhere, all over the tri-state with weddings and whatnot, and I just don't think that we need any kind of annexation out past what the boundaries already are. And I think I speak for just about everybody in the community from Mount Carmel and the Cove and from up at Rocky Springs. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Darren. Mr. James Blizzard.
I don't have a lot to say about it. My views on like everybody else. I don't want it annexed. I keep seeing the point. I keep understanding what you people are wasting your time up here with this meeting tonight. So I'm against it, and I'll make it public. If we can't pick up the garbage on 75 from 72 to Russell Cave Road, how are we going to take care of from there to Owen? Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Ms. Reed?
I'm Sheila Reed, and I know we've all known me. Everyone doesn't say I've lived here in Bridgeport all my life. I grew up in the code. I love that code very much. I respect it very much. And I want to keep that code that way. I Our code is a beautiful code that's already been inspected as far as I know, as far as with our neighbors. We've never had any problems with our neighbors, and I'm along with the rest of the crew here in the community. We do not want that road annexed. We just do not. For what reasons? Other reasons, we do not want it annexed. And I guess that's about all I have to say. Just like they were saying about the trash is pitiful on that road. It is terrible on that road. Well, if we get more things up in there, what's going to happen with more trash added to the roadsides? And that's about all I have to say.
Mr. Thomas?
My name's Robert Thomas, I live on the County Road 98. Been living there since '71. There's a few things I'd like somebody to clarify here about this is for a private venue, or what the gentleman, the first gentleman spoke, was talking about mayor. What did you mean?
Could you list your questions out first, and then we'll have them answer it?
Well, I would, but my mind don't work this way.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bryant, the question was, is there going to be a private venue there,
You said
correct?
it's going to be a private venue, the purpose of it, go out to Mr. Ridge's place for a private venue, weddings.
What I said was that they had heard a lot of rumors that folks thought that that was going to be opened up as a bar or a nightclub. And what I said was that was not the intent of that place. The intent of that place would be to have weddings and anniversaries and corporate events and that type of stuff, not a nightclub or bar.
Well, there's no reason for the city to
Right,
annex out that way.
If it's a private venue, I can have a private venue at my place and have everybody out there to can whiskey. So why do you need to come all the way out that far just to have a private venue, take in the public building? Is that right, Sheriff?
Yes, sir.
As far as the sheriff's department and the Jackson County and the state highway patrol, these places, it's church house and cemeteries. Yeah, I picked up beer bottles out of my field and stuff my tractor tires. I don't like it. I want to take the rights away from these others. They've come up there, I've had no problem. They should have a record of how many times they've been called, if they've been called and in return. If you'd like to have input put into it, I find it hard to believe. Every time I called, someone just showed up. Yes, I have called Bridgeport, they gave me the number to Scottsboro. I'm not at that problem. Approximately 3 months ago, when this first came about, it was put in the paper by Mr. Glass, who got an anonymous phone call to show up to the Bridgeport City Council meeting, and something was going to happen, and come out in the paper what this was all about. John Walter really presented the city with a letter, statement. We got up a petition, several of us in the community, got up a petition, presented the petition to the Bridgeport City Council, Mayor Hughes, also to Chairman Hodges, also to the Jackson County Legislative Delegation, kept one for myself. The 74 signatures on there that were against it, and there's 0 for none, it was for. They done missed all them hundreds of forward out there. It's all about money, and that's what it sounds like. Well, you could have a private venue, you could have a party, this party has already been had up there. It's not against the law to have a party, it's against the law to go on that road and drink. We've got a beautiful place up there. Many of y'all are welcome out to my place anytime. I don't condone drinking, but if you want to drink, have at it. As long as it don't interfere with me or any of my family. time, the way I look at it, some of the others have been working together. First time the petition was asked to be gotten up, we got it up. It didn't go the way it's supposed to. And now then, we're having this meeting. What's next? This don't go to the Jackson County Commission. Let's say they vote for it. Who's gonna step in next? Steve Livingston and take it through the state? Is there any end to it? Politics. The way I look at it, politics. All I got to say.
Thanks, sir.
Don't want to say that, I do. Don't want to see your Bridgeport out in my area.
Mr. McLeod? McLeod?
My name's Darren McLeod. I live out from County Road 98. I'm about halfway to the K. I own property here in the city limits, and I also own property out there in other places. I've been out there about 7 years now. Bought a farm out there in Omaha. I truly believe, under what I understand this annexation right now, when we mow and take care of that road out there now, we pick up good bottles and cardboard and stuff on the side of the road and dispose of that. And I truly believe that if we go through this, that will not get better, it will get worse. And therefore, there is one against it. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Blackwell?
Yeah, I have two statements and then a question. There seems to be a new business that wants to open up, which wants to be annexed, and it could be other business. Then if it's annexed, we will have city protection. And that's in case you have trouble, you'll have the city protection for that. If the people who are annexed on the next election vote as a group, will they vote for the people who hold office now? I estimate there's probably 75 to 100 people that vote, who voted in that area. My question is the city going to collect enough money from annexation to maintain the roads, additional police cars, etc.?
Thanks, sir. Do you want to address that? The question?
Now, anybody comes in the city, they can register to vote in the city election. And the police, I believe we can police that place. I really do. And y'all was talking about the garbage. The reason we don't pick the garbage up, we just go to the city limits and pick the garbage up. It ain't our responsibility to go from there on out. So that's where it is on the garbage. And the county used to pick the garbage up here. Ain't that right, Chuck? I mean,
We still do. We've got a gentleman, Cecil Wells, that does it for free on this when he can. So we get roads here and there. But it's not every day like it used to be.
yes, we'll be able to police it.
Okay, that's everybody that has signed up to speak. You've heard the arguments about, or explained why. You've heard some discussion against. I see we've got a question or comment. So first, I'd like to ask for any questions that may have any questions about the proposal. Are there any questions about the proposal? Yes, sir. Mr.
Is it my understanding that with the annexation, the county's going to maintain the road and the city won't have anything to do with the road?
Okay, so the reason that the county is involved with this process, normally a city can annex through other means without county involvement. The reason that the county is involved is because in this particular case, it's been asked that the county maintain that roadway. So in order for us to, in order for it to be annexed with that stipulation, the county has to accept that we're going to continue to maintain that roadway. That's why we're here tonight, to hear what the community has to say, what the community wants from this, and determine whether or not, we need to be involved with this process or not, or how we need to be involved.
So in other words, just for clarification, if it's annexed, the maintenance and the upkeep on the road will maintain exactly the way it is right now, correct?
As far as the actual pavement of the roadway, and we hadn't, I don't know if we discussed ditches, but yes, for the most part,
Okay,
yes.
I just want that clarified.
Okay, other questions?
I just want to know, is that not a Park Service road?
It's a federal route for us.
It's a federal
We-
road, and don't they put any money in on it?
For paving, yes, but as far as the federal routes go, $500,000 paves about 3 miles a year. So, as far as maintenance on that, it's not, I don't know what time frame we'd look at as far as actually being able to pave it, if that's your
Well,
question.
I tell you, it's gonna start needing maintenance soon.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So it's similar to the situation where Stevenson annexed in the highway portion down to Mud Creek. It's
Yes.
the exact same situation,
Right.
right?
On state roads like that, I believe they always stay with the state. With this, they usually go with the town, except it's being requested that we maintain it. So yes, just like the situation.
Just like that situation.
We would maintain the maintenance responsibility, if we agree to participate. Yes.
I came in late, so I didn't sign the thing, but
Okay.
I really would like to voice my opinion. I do go to Mount Carmel.
Did you say your
Baptist-
name?
My name's Colleen Crownover. I go to Mount Carmel Baptist Church. I live right on Mount Carmel Road, going up to the cave. I've got kids. Several of us have got families that have been there for years. And whether it's true or not true by what the statement he said earlier about it not being open, you bring liquor into that community, one person make a wrong turn, they're gonna be in my yard where my kids are.
Amen.
And that's safety of my children. Any wrecks on that road, you're talking fatalities involved. We're not talking about minor wrecks. We've always had flights landing up that road and you bring alcohol on a straightaway, coming down there late at night, they're gonna turn and hit the wrong thing. I just feel for the safety of the community, I don't want it annexed.
I have another question.
Yes.
How many police officers do we have in Bridgeport right now? 5? Are they gonna be any more higher if it is annexed?
We're looking for one more now, it's just hard to find police. We can't hardly find them no more. Nobody wants to be a police no more. And it's, I don't know, Chuck now's in that position, but it's hard to find them. Yes, we're trying to put on another one now. We've had as many as 7 before. We just can't find them.
What's the city getting?
Well, all we're gonna get revenue from that one spot. But we're not, if we take it, we're not maintaining the road or the ditches.
I don't mind you.
I
I
mean,
can get somebody to take care of my house.
That's the way we take it right there.
Yes, sir.
I have one more question. How many people voting on this annex live on the road?
Good question.
I mean, the city council,
They're voting.
None of them.
they're the ones that vote. And then, how many of you live on that road?
We don't live on the road. That's why we're here tonight, to hear what folks that do live on that road have to say.
So,
This ought to be a slam
so it should be a firm thing. I don't hear anybody speaking for it, except somebody wants to watch their truck while they go hunting.
That's why we're here listening.
Does they live on there?
No, he don't live up there. He goes up there hunting.
Other questions? Yes.
I may not have understood this correctly about, excuse me. So if we annex the road, that means the city will take care of the roadway, or are we asking if the county will continue to mow it? I understand the paving fee. I didn't quite get it.
We won't take care of the road. It'll
We
be up
will
to the
not
county.
mow the road.
we
The
won't.
county will.
We'll maintain all that
I just wanted to
service.
understand that because of the last.
Other questions?
That's normal, when the county taxes don't take care of the city roads.
There's a law passed that changed the way that works again. The only way that this can happen is if the commission votes to do that. That's why we're here.
Well, God be with you, because you got it on your shoulders, it's all up to you five. You can't deny it. If you do say, yes, we're gonna do it, no, we're not gonna do it, is there another way out?
If we choose to accept the maintenance on it,
No, if you choose to say, we're gonna let the city on the road, and we're gonna keep the maintenance.
no, if we choose to do that, then I don't know of a step to stop that process going forward. If we don't choose to do that, then there's still other routes that may be taken, but,
One of them deals, if we just keep trying, those people show up.
Well,
No.
if the city was willing to take the maintenance of the road, we wouldn't be involved.
Right.
It would be to the
That'll be
state
nothing
legislature.
right.
Yeah.
They're the ones gonna be reaping taxes and everything.
As Jason said, it would be through the state legislature if we were not asked to maintain the road. It would be a decision made by them. Pardon me,
that?
sir?
Why not go through the state legislature to begin with, because the state was involved with it from the very beginning.
If we did vote to move forward, and we were willing to keep, then it would go to the state legislature for them to pass a bill in
If you say
Montgomery.
no, then it's over.
If we say no, it's over.
as far as we,
Unless the city comes back and says they'll take the maintenance, and then we're out.
Speaking on my behalf, this is my first time being elected here as commissioner, and I appreciate y'all attendance tonight. But, we don't want to be condemned to anything. We came up here just on our free time to listen to the people, and that's what I want y'all to know. We want to see what is involved there, what is going to be taken in effect. And, really, my thoughts were, why was the commission involved? It looks like the city of Bridgeport. If you're going to have an election, the city of Bridgeport, and let them make the decision. But we are your commissioners, and I just want you to know, we're here for y'all, to try to listen and do what is right.
You're our voice. When I say our voice, the ones that live along the area that's going to be affected. So either you're going to keep us up, or you're going to put us in the wrong too.
When is the next meeting regarding this so that we can have people in attendance for that?
we don't have a date set to go any further. Again, we wanted to kind of see what the response was tonight. And we will, if we have another time set, we will notify folks. If it comes to a vote of that, the process we've usually taken after a public hearing, we try to go to the community that it's affecting. So I can't promise, but if it comes to a vote, then I think we could probably have another meeting out here just to make sure folks could attend if necessary.
Well, can it be advertised?
It will.
It's always advertised. If you'll catch a link on my Facebook on it, the commission has a Facebook site, and we spread the flyers and the meeting announcements. And I usually share them on mine. 90% of y'all are on mine, so.
If as Mr. Venable said, if you'd like to put your email address on this sheet, we can notify you when the next meeting regarding this is, or the next meeting at all. We post all our meetings weekly, so we send out emails. So if you'd like to put your email before you leave, I'll have these sheets back up there. Other questions or comments?
I'd like to make a comment. I want to thank everyone, I talked to everyone except that one gentleman over there. Just don't call me back later. Well, later was 36 hours or something.
Yeah, that was me, because when I called, he said, I'm just getting supper fixed for my wife, she broke her
I said,
heart.
he's a typical politician.
He said, can we talk later? And I said, well, I'm a busy man, I'll maybe a day or two, but I'll get back with you. So I called him back
The
yesterday.
young lady there, it's the first time I've known, I've heard a lot of good, she's a school teacher. She's got to be interested in the NRU. Hey, y'all not gonna kill me, I'm 70 years old, you're not gonna kill me over this drunk driving for the next year or two. My grandkids got out, and I hope they such thing as hanging, because somebody's gonna do it good.
Yes, sir.
My name's Bob Matthews. I actually moved into Dave's Blizzard house a couple years ago. And in the 3 years that I've been there, I've been woken up 3 nights with people missing that stop sign and ending up in my yard.
Where is that you live at?
And I've also, pardon?
What's
right where County Road 98 meets 75.
Okay.
And I had 3 people in that yard. And as a survivor of a head-on DUI, it scares the hell out of me. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions or comments? Any others? Yes.
I just want you gentlemen, or whoever decides what happens here, you are taking one person who wants to go and make a riding, it's a riding club, it's several different things that the man wants to do. He's already bought 300 acres from this guy, and I don't know how many acres from this guy, and he's already, I heard, I don't know for sure, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. How can you take one person out of a whole community? He didn't even live out there. He grew up out there, but he doesn't live out there. How can you take one person and say, this is what he wants, so this is what I guess we'll give him? And all these people, we don't want it. And I think it's a shame that you even consider one person's whatever he wants, because he's in with them down there, Livingston and all of them. He's already gone and applied for his liquor license. Now, I don't know if you know that or not, but anyway, remember us, okay? Remember these people around here. That's our community, and it's a nice community. And we don't have any problems. The troopers go up once a day. The sheriffs sometimes once a week, whatever. But we don't, so far we haven't really needed them. But if we need them, they would be there. So what is the point? What is the point?
Hey, Ms. Crownover?
Yes, yes, sir, Mr. President.
What I would like to say is the whole reason we had it
Yeah.
was because that each one of us have got calls for it and calls
Yeah.
against it. So
So
we
you
just,
got calls for it
Yes,
from the
ma'am.
people who live out there?
well, it's just in Jackson County, like I said, a lot of times they'll call in the office and people won't give their address other than they'll say Stevenson or Bridgeport. But they won't say, you know, we may not know exactly where their address is. But that's what I'm saying, that's the reason for this. We wanted to come out and see what the people of the community wanted to do, because we can't just take just a few phone calls and, you know, and make a decision. We wanted to see what the community actually wanted tonight. That's what this whole thing's
Here we
for.
are,
And that's what this is for.
and here we are. Now, Bridgeport can take care of Bridgeport all right. Let them take care of Bridgeport. Leave us alone. We don't need all that running up down the road. I mean, he said that they would get revenue off of that one thing. So take that in mind. He'll get revenue off of that one thing up there.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Yes.
Is this whole thing just about money, what other revenue they're gonna get off of that venue?
All I know is that we were requested, that we're involved because of the roadway.
And
Okay.
what? Is this all about money? Is that all it's about? You're gonna get a little money off of that venue, is that right?
Well,
You're willing to annex that road?
we
and
don't
take
know
that
what,
responsibility?
something else might come in out there.
You're willing to take that
That's what we don't want,
responsibility?
that's what we don't want, we don't want something else coming in out there, we know. We do not want something else coming in.
You gonna take the
There you go,
responsibility?
there it is for something else now. That's what you're betting on.
All right, was your question answered, sir?
Hey, when we take in the city, if we do, if they vote for it, then you don't know who might want to come in the city out there. You might not want to come in today.
Yeah, but you know, don't you? You already know, don't you?
No, I don't know nothing.
You
Hey,
know.
all right,
Now, let's hold it down now. We don't come up here
Mister,
and peaceful
what's your
meeting.
name, sir? What's your name,
We
sir?
didn't go out there trying to take nobody in city limits. And we're not gonna take nobody in city limits. Don't go in city limits.
Beside there.
I'm gonna ask you again, brother. Is it just about money?
No,
What is it about then?
it's about, a wedding venue right now. That's what was brought up, wedding venue.
Or how are you gonna draw money off the wedding venue? Unless they sell alcohol.
Well, if they sell alcohol, we get tax off alcohol. I don't know if they're gonna sell alcohol.
Well, then
That
why
ain't come up
are we
before,
discussing
man.
it? If it ain't money.
If I could, if you have some more specific questions for the city, I think if you get with them afterwards, talk to them about what the specific need is. Again, we're here as a commission to understand what the community thinks. I think we've got a pretty pretty good idea of what the community out there thinks. So that's our purpose here. As it stated, there are no preconceived notions coming to this meeting tonight. We did this because we need to hear from you.
Right.
We are your representatives. So we want to know what you're thinking so that we can make the best decision possible. So again, trying to keep the questions related to our portion of this. As far as the city, I think they'd be glad. They had a public meeting, I think, as well. But I believe they'd be glad to answer those questions
I'll talk to you, get them after the meeting.
So any other questions or comments for us?
What, if you voted yes, what good is it to the county? What advantage has the county got if you vote to let this go through?
We have none. We don't get sales tax. So,
I know, you're not gonna get anything out of it.
no. This is for the people of the community. That's the only reason this was even brought up, was to see how the community wanted to go.
How many people, I'd like to have everybody stand up that's against this. Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Everybody in here that's against it, stand up.
The folks that were already standing, can you sit down?
Now the one that parts.
Yeah. One second.
Because you got
Yes,
people
sir.
standing.
Yes,
and people
sir.
sitting.
Yes.
Again, my name is Darren McLeod. I have a business out there called McGraphics. I pay state and county tax on everything I sell. You look it up and see. So we're talking about taxes. The only benefit of this happening would be liquor sales. Because other taxes, I already pay county taxes.
We can discuss where those taxes go to, but as far as sales tax and alcohol tax, we get zero of it.
But what I'm getting to communities, though, we're talking about who gets what.
Oh, right.
I mean, I live on County Road 98.
Oh, right.
I pay county and state taxes, everything I sell.
Right.
So, back to the benefit to those that live out there, is we don't see them. We truly don't see the benefit. So, we just see it getting worse if something like that. And I have wedding venues on my own farm there, but I don't sell alcohol. I don't believe in that, but I believe that if someone did that down the road, then it would actually get worse. Not that.
All right.
Yeah, let's
Okay, so we've been requested a show of hands. If you are opposed to this, please raise your hand so that we can see a little bit better.
We have folks standing also.
Okay. All right, thank you. And if you are for it? Okay. All right, thank you.
How about undecided?
Undecided. You got any undecided? Okay.
It's just for people that's being affected by this, or just people through the students, through the school.
Say again, sir?
Yes, folks, yes, for people trying to report city residents, people that live on County Road 75, Highway 98. Are the ones that live in the students also.
You don't live
Thank you.
or is it just the residents?
I've got 30 acres of land.
Are there any other questions or comments? All right. Commissioners, do you have anything?
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. If there's anything else further I can help anybody with, just give me a call.
I also like to thank everybody for coming out. That's always come out here for us. I know what everybody's about. Appreciate everybody coming out.
As they said, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I appreciate the friendly faces that I do see out there from this area. But again, and for the lady that was very upset, a decision has not been made in any way, shape, or form, fashion, or all. We are here to hear what you have to say. Okay? That's all we wanted to know is what you have to say, because we are your voice, as the gentleman in the back said.
Mr. Cecil.
I'll go along with what they just said. We've been putting a pretty tough decision right here. But you know, y'all are the ones that elected us. We're here to hear what y'all have to say, how the response is. And this right here coming up tonight does not take any matter that will be voted on right now. Because we want to see where y'all stand. And we're here to be open for you and represent you with our best hopes. And it's going to take care of the families down the road, not just the ones here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, as I said, thank you all for coming out this evening. We will post anything if we decide to move forward as far as a vote on this matter, if there are any other public hearings or anything like that. If you still want to continue to voice your support or vote against it, please feel free to call the office. Let us know on Facebook, email us, whatever you need to do. Again, we will try, if we do vote on this topic, we will try to come back to this community to do that.
Mr. Hodges, there is a question. Mr. Hodges? Answer the question.